Please subscribe to our channel, Pacific Front Untold, and be sure to leave a comment after watching a video. The World Health Organization officially categorizes biological agents as weapons of mass destruction. These deadly agents have had a dark history, particularly during the Second World War. Led by Unit 731, Japan notoriously produced various biological weapons in the 1940s, with the intent to release them on a large scale. Struck by the dangerous potential of these agents, the United States produced a short secret report detailing the history of these biological weapons in January of 1944. In this 5-page document, the author drew from research in Britain and Germany to evaluate the probable risks associated with anthrax and botulinum toxin. Anthrax was marked as a very probable offensive biological weapon that could be used against the United States and its allies. Codenamed N in the report, anthrax was noted to be a large risk to America due to how easy it could be produced in large quantities. As a spore-forming bacterium, anthrax also posed a large risk due to its extremely indestructible nature, since it is unaffected by hot or dry conditions. Citing field experiments from Britain, the agent would most likely be dispersed using a bomb. Once the bomb reached a certain altitude, it would detonate, producing a large cloud of anthrax spores that could potentially spread for up to 12 miles or more, depending on prevailing winds. Once the spores were inhaled, anthrax would immediately infect the individual, causing death anywhere between 2 to 5 days. At the time the report was written, there was no known immunization against anthrax, and potential countermeasures were limited to gas masks and other protective clothing. In addition to anthrax, the secret report focused its attention on botulinum toxin, also called Agent X. Declared as one of the most deadly toxins known to science, this agent is extremely poisonous and dangerous. Although botulinum toxin is less resistant to environmental conditions than anthrax, the ability to produce the agent in large quantities was seen as a critical military risk. Ground into a fine brown dust and delivered by artillery shell, the author noted that it only took a minute quantity of this dust to produce deadly results. Once inhaled, the agent begins attacking the nervous system of the infected individual after a period between 6 hours to several days, until they are completely unable to breathe. The report also covered important protective and preventative measures against anthrax and botulinum toxin to reduce their impacts on military personnel and civilian populations. For physical protective measures, the author recommended using gas masks and other protective gear to protect the human body and its potential points of entry, such as the eyes, nose, and mouth. Other proposed protective measures included using minute injections of the agents to build immunity, although it was noted as an unlikely option due to production limitations and the logistics of mass distribution. Penicillin therapy and sulfa drugs were also deemed to have some therapeutic value against the effects of these biological agents. This secret report, developed by the U.S., provides important insight into the otherwise secret history of the threat of biological agents used in World War II. There was great concern by Britain and the United States that both Germany and Japan had developed and would deploy these weapons of mass destruction. Because of this fear, both Allied countries looked at weaponizing other bacteriological agents as well, including yellow fever, typhus, Rift Valley fever, and dengue fever. This drive to develop bioweapons continued at a rapid pace, even though Allied intelligence gathering in the form of blood samples from German and Italian prisoners of war showed no evidence of immunization against any form of potential bacteriological agents. At the end of the war in the Pacific Theater, the United States captured and used much of Unit 731's research, obtained through the deaths of thousands of civilians and prisoners of war, to help further its bioweapons programs during the height of the Cold War.